So thank you so much for joining me today. Very excited to chat about Precinct 7. What issues are you working on right now in Precinct 7?
Hi, Sarah. It's good to be here. I am working right now. The last couple of weeks, we've been knee-deep in the Cotuit Water District's issue with regards to them putting in a solar array, and as you know, that was slated to come before the council, or did come before the council for a zoning amendment change to the ground-mounted solar overlay district, and that was withdrawn without prejudice, so I don't see that project moving forward. And it's a little cloudy there because it's in Precinct 7, but it's not actually the town putting this forward, it's the fire district putting it forward, so it's a little complicated, but that project won't be going forward. So.
And we did see a lot of residents coming to speak out against that project, many of whom were concerned about clear cutting.
That's right. They were proposing to clear cut 32 acres of pristine land, old growth land, right adjacent to Zone 1 and on top of water protected land. So I'm glad to see the residents came out. It's too bad that the process ended that way, or turned out to be that contentious, but everybody came out and their opinions were heard, so I'm glad that the process played out that way. So.
You know, and because they withdrew it without prejudice, that does mean they could bring it back in the future if they felt that they had community support.
They could. They'd have to start all over again. They'd have to bring the item before the council, and we'd refer it to the planning board because it is a zoning change. I think in this case, if it did come back, you'd see a lot of folks coming to the planning board meeting, which didn't happen before. A lot of people weren't aware of it because the abutters, direct abutters, don't have to be notified in writing. It's just a posting in the paper. So that's a big issue in the village. And you know, Cotuit is known for its open space. It's got the Crocker Neck Conservation Area, 97 acres of land there, and that's on Popponesset Bay. And then we have the Shoestring and Santuit River Conservation Area, and then of course the largest one, which is the now owned by Mary Barton Land Trust, and that's the Eagle Pond Little River Sanctuary, Bell Farm. What a magnificent accumulation of acreage there. It's a green space that's just lovely. People love to walk from Eagle Pond, and you can walk all the way down to Cordwood Landing, which is right on the Cotuit Harbor. So Precinct 7 is surrounded by water. Cotuit Harbor, the Narrows, which lead up into North Bay, as well as out to Nantucket Sound, and then over to Popponesset Bay and up Shoestring into Santuit River. We have two rivers, Santuit River and Little River.
And talking about water and water quality and water issues, there have been some changes or projects you're looking into. One of the projects you're looking into, or you think is an area of concern, is some dredging near Sampson's Island. That's a very popular place for individuals to head in the summer.
It is.
Let's talk about the dredging issue there.
The dredging is slated to go and take the point of Sampson's Island. It's Sampson's Island Dead Neck, which is a barrier beach to the Seapuit River, which is a saltwater river, and then also a barrier beach to Cotuit Harbor. But it has, over the years, become accreted with sands at the point, which is right across from Riley's Beach, which is not a guarded beach, but it is a town beach. And the channel there has become so occluded, it's becoming very dangerous. So the proponents, the Three Bays Preservation, undertook the permitting and engineering, and I understand they've spent quite a bit of money undertaking that, a lot of public outreach and whatnot. And they're close to securing the permits for this, and I think the last one they need is from the Army Corps of Engineers. But my constituents are very concerned about that because of the safety issue. It's becoming so close to the mainland that kids think, oh, it's real close, we could just swim across to the island, yet there's an extremely strong current running through there and boats passing back and forth, and we wouldn't want anybody to get hurt. We have had drownings there because of the strong current, but so I hope to see that project, and I hope the town will undertake and have it be part of a comprehensive dredge permit so that we can do ongoing maintenance so it doesn't get to a point where it's become dangerous. It should be something that's ongoing in maintenance.
Yeah, sort of checked in, because as we know, that sand moves around. It does not stay stationary.
That's
so
right.
A very important topic.
That's right.
Anything else on the council in general that you're working on that you'd like your constituents or residents to be aware of?
Well, water quality is very important to me, as you know, the closing of wells, and but not only our drinking water, but where we dispose and how we dispose of our wastewater. You know, especially Precinct 7 is got a lot of old cesspools because a lot of the houses haven't changed hands, so they're not even on Title V. So, you know, we've got to start putting some money down and making some projects happen with regards to wastewater throughout the entire town of Barnstable. I think this 208 process is great. We've you know, established bookends, alternatives, oysters on one end, or permeable reactive barriers. But there's going to be some areas in town where we're going to have to sewer, and I think the sooner we can delineate the projects and start putting money aside, the better we are town-wide. So.
Great. Well, thank you for the update. I really appreciate it. So informative. Appreciate you stopping by, and look forward to chatting with you again in the near future.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it.
My guest today, Town Councilor Jessica Rapp Grassetti from Precinct 7.